All right, bro, we're going in. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rekah HaKodash, and double honor to the elder apostle GMS who rule well. Salute you brothers pushing this word, and truth, sincerity, and strength of power YAHAWASHI. Right? We are here to gather the elect through the strength of power YAHAWASHI, which are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, consist of the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. Prophesied to die upon this wicked, destructive kingdom, which is controlled by the Edomites, so-called white people. That's their biblical nationality, Edom. Okay? We came out yesterday, which was Saturday, and we are here today, which is Sunday, and I wanted to get this lesson out because it didn't come out like I wanted it to Saturday, you know. So I wanted to go into Revelations, the 17th chapter. Now, yesterday we went into Daniel's second chapter, dealing with the toes, dealing with the 10 toes. It don't say 10 toes there, but it says toes in Daniel's second chapter. But we're in the time of the 10 toes, and when you read about that in Daniel's second chapter, when you read about that, them 10 toes down there, that goes into Revelation, the 17th chapter too. So I want to get that and get that out so Jake, whoever this meant for to see, that they may get that understanding of that. So we're going to go into Revelation, the 17th chapter, and like we were saying yesterday, that's the history of the heathen rulership, okay? And it was given to Daniel to break down to Nebuchadnezzar or Nebuchadnezzar about the future, man, because that's the dream that Nebuchadnezzar or Nebuchadnezzar, because some people say it like that, it was given to Daniel and given to Nebuchadnezzar, and Daniel broke it down, man, okay? So we're going to go into Revelation, the 17th chapter, and I'm going to have the brother start at the 5th verse. Revelation 17 and 5.
All right, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon.
Now, when you read Revelation, the 17th chapter, it's dealing with that Mystery Babylon. It's talking about America, okay, aka Rome, okay, because America came back as the revived Roman Empire, okay, through Great Britain, okay. So we're gonna check it out. I'm gonna have the brother look up the word Babylon right there. Acting up in the blue letter. Yeah. All right, it do that, bro. It do that. I might pull it up. You there? Okay.
It's Strong's G 897. It says Babylon. And it's
confusion.
Which definition of that is confusion.
But I want you to go directly to the point of that definition, which is C.
It's allegedly of Rome.
No. Let me see. Allegorically.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. Allegorically.
Yeah, allegorically, meaning saying one thing and meaning another thing is metaphorically.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It says of Rome.
See? So when you look up that word Babylon there, allegorically or metaphorically, it's talking about Rome. Okay? Go ahead.
as the most corrupt seat of idolatry.
Now, when you understand that America is the most corrupt place of idolatry, all these idols right here, if I can get it, all these idols right here, all these idols right here, everything you see right there, this what people in America worship, okay? Everything you see right there. So this place is full of idolatry, okay? Yeah, that guy too, he on there. No. He on there. He carrying he carrying that right there. Cross, he on there. See your boy Jim.
My goodness.
Okay, go ahead.
It says, and the enemy of Christianity.
Now, it said the enemy of Christianity. The real Christians, which are the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, okay? And the elect out of them. And when you deal with the word Christian, it goes into the word anointed, okay? And what it is you anointed with the scriptures, okay? You're anointed with the oil, which is the scriptures, with the word, okay? Now, as we teach the word, it's a known fact that when we teach, people look at us as if we're teaching hate. So what we're speaking through the Spirit, they look at it as hate. So therefore, they hate us, okay? Because we are the real Christians. Now you got 2/3 of the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans call themselves Christians, but they are Christians of the world. See, people love them because they'll quote John 3:16, you know, God loved, sent his only begotten son, you know, and all that. And so 2/3 embrace the whole world. But we teach that this Bible is about your nationality, okay? And it's for the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. When we teach that, they say that that's hate. And just like that guy that was up here last week, and as he was speaking to us, he said, don't you think that's hate? And I asked him, you know, I said, are these my words or am I coming out of the Bible? Right? And he said, you coming out of the Bible. And I said, I said, oh boy, so you saying the Heavenly Father words is hate. Right. Okay? So it's a known fact that they hate the Heavenly Father and his Son, and they hate the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are real Christians, according to the Bible, that's coming back to their nationality and embracing the statute, laws, and commandments. So this is the place, man. This is the place where they hate us, man. Okay? So read that definition one more time. Allegorically.
Allegorically of Rome as the most corrupt seat of idolatry and the enemy of Christianity.
Okay? Now go back to Revelations, and it mentioned Rome there. Okay? It mentioned Rome there. So go back to Revelations, the 5th verse, chapter 17, verse 5.
This is Revelation chapter 17, verse 5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon, the great, the mother of harlots and abomination of the earth.
Because America is the abomination of the earth, man. It's the filth of the earth, man. Because it teaches what? It teaches the world to not uphold the statute, laws, and commandments. It teaches the world to basically shun YAHAWASHI and do your own thing. That's an abomination, man. Okay? That's what America teaches, man. And it's all backwards and corrupt and filthy, man. Okay. You know? Go ahead.
It's verse 6. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints.
Now, hold that right there. It said, I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints. How is the woman drunk with the blood of the saints? Now I'm finna grab these precepts and show you. This is Revelations 18 and 24, right? It says, Revelation 18 and 24. And in her was found the blood of prophets and of saints and of all that were slain upon the earth. So, America, being the revived Roman Empire, have a lot of bloodshed going into their history of ancient Rome and up until now, okay, and in the future, because guess what? Doing martial law and doing that RFID chip, a lot of Israelites gonna get killed. So what John is seeing on the island of Patmos, he's seeing all this bloodshed taking place that happened to the real children of Israel, okay, which are the prophets, okay, and the saints, okay. This is Revelations during the slave trade, all the way over here when they took the this land. That's all the bloodshed that John the Revelator seen on the island of Patmos. How this place was drunk with the blood of the saints. Okay, all the bloodshed, man. Okay, that's what John is seeing. Okay, and I get this right here. This Revelation 13 and 5. I mean 13 and 15. Let me go, man. Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that's NATO and the EU, the Roman Empire, right? That the image of the beast should both speak, because they're dealing with that. Esau on the left-hand side, set up by the Most High, was able to bring forth the Roman Empire policies, they old ways. He was able to revive it, them old ways. He was able to bring it back. That's how he was able to make it speak. He had power to do that on the left-hand side, and cause that many as would not worship, in other words, depend on Esau like a dog, hand and foot, for everything, okay? And pay homage to Esau as if you are a vessel of Esau, okay? So-called white man. I read that again, because I lost my spot. I mean, would not worship, would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So the Israelites who do not worship this system, when they bring their RFID chip, gonna be put to death. So that's what John seen in that vision. So read it again, verse 6.
All right, this is Revelation chapter 17, verse 6. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints, and the blood
of the martyrs.
Of the martyrs.
Yeah, those the ones who believe in YAHAWASHI and was put to death and were witnesses of YAHAWASHI. So you're going to have some men of the Lord get put to death for believing on YAHAWASHI, man, for keeping these statute laws and commandments, okay? But YAHAWASHI is going to raise you right back up. So it's nothing, okay? Go ahead.
Of YAHAWASHI, and when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration.
So when you look up that word admiration, it deals with, when you go into the etymology, it deals with wonder, and it deals with I want to say surprise, astonishment. Okay, surprise, astonishment, and what it says in the blue letter, that's the etymology. But I want to see what it says in the blue letter. That word astonishment.
A wonderful thing, a marvel, wonder, to wonder, with great wonder.
Yeah, the marvel, wonder.
To behold look upon.
Yeah, to behold, look upon. Yep. So when John seen that bloodshed of the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the true biblical Hebrew Israelite, he was looking at it like, man, he was amazed and, you know, just looking at it, man, like, man, you know. Anything else in there?
Of important persons that are looked on with admiration.
Yeah.
To view, to take a view of, in the sense of visiting, meeting with a person.
Yeah, a sense of visiting. Now, on top of that, the woman was so beautiful, even though she was drunken with the blood of the saint, John looked at her as if he wanted to go. He wanted to go with her, man. That's how amazing that woman looked, which was Babylon the Great, man. So John wanted to go there as if he'd love to be there. You know what I'm saying? But on top of that, he's seeing that the Israelites are getting put to death, but he still wanted to go, man. Okay? So this is what the angel gonna tell John. Okay? This is what the angel gonna tell John. Okay? So let's get on that. Okay? And we're gonna continue to read.
I know that word amazed and stuff goes into dazed and, you know, dazed at the stun and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like when you see a beautiful woman, man.
Yeah, you shook.
Yeah, it's kind of like stun you for a little bit, like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you shook. You like, man,
Right, right,
what's up with that?
right,
Yeah.
right.
You know?
All right, this is Revelation chapter 17, verse 7. And the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carrieth her, which has the 7 heads and 10 horns.
Now, the beast is NATO and the EU, okay? Now, I'm showing you this artist's rendition, okay? Translation, okay? Now, you got the 7 heads right there, okay? You got the 7 heads and the 10 horns represent the EU, okay? The 10 horns is the EU. Now, yesterday, we looked up the Treaty of Rome, okay? Now, that's dealing with Rome. Now, we just looked in Revelation, the 17th chapter, in the 5th verse, and we looked up the word Babylon there, and it's dealing with Rome, okay? So, when you understand that, this is the whole Roman system coming back and it's set up, okay? NATO is the military power, and the EU is the economic power, okay? The economic structure, okay? Now you had Britain leave the EU, okay? Now if you're doing any research on that, it would tell you, if you look up certain articles, it would tell you that the reason why Britain left the EU is because they want to control their economics and they want to control immigration, okay? They want to control their health care and all that. So they want to be in control of their country, okay? And separate from the EU, okay? So that's what didn't happen, man. When you go back to Daniel, the 2nd chapter, part iron and miry clay, that's their separation, man, okay? So, like I was saying, that beast is NATO and the EU, and the EU, before it was called the EU, it was called the European Economic Community, ECC, okay? That's what it was called, okay? And at first, the EU had 6 nations. Then it jumped to 10, then it jumped to 12. So that's why you got 12 stars on the flag, on the EU flag. That's why you got 12 stars. But now, if you look it up today, it got like, it's 28 nations, okay? And also NATO got like 29 nations. So that's the whole beast system. NATO and the EU. You cannot have the beast system without NATO or you cannot have it without the EU, because you got EU members part of NATO, and you got NATO members part of the EU, okay? And a footnote, you got, right now, it's an issue dealing with, what's going on in Libya. You got Turkey, okay, and you got France, and you got Italy, okay, into it about the Mediterranean Sea. They trying to, Turkey is trying to control the commerce, and Italy gets their gas from Libya, Libya, okay, and you got Turkey trying to control all that. So you got a problem with Italy, Turkey, and France. That's going on right now. If you didn't know, so that's a footnote. Okay? That's a footnote right there. Okay? So read that one more time for me again.
All right, this is Revelation chapter 17, verse 7. And the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carrieth her.
The beast that carrieth her. Okay? The woman is what? America, the Roman Empire. Okay? And the beast that carrieth her. That's NATO and the EU. Okay? Go ahead.
Which hath the 7 heads.
The 7 heads is what? Germania Major, the Romans, French, the French, Spain, Germania Minor, Britain, the British, and the Greeks. So those right there are the 7 heads. Okay? Go ahead.
And 10 horns.
And 10 horns, which, like I was saying, the 10 horns represent the EU. Okay? Now, like I was saying, the EU at first it was 6, and then it jumped to 10, then it jumped to 12, then it jumped to like 28 or 29, somewhere up in there. You brothers can look it up. But that's what they're dealing with, the 10 horns, dealing with the EU. Now, when you go back in the Daniel 2nd chapter, it mentioned the toad, okay? It don't mention the 10 toad, but it mentioned the toad. So that's how we know through the spirit that the EU and Daniel the 2nd chapter, the 10 toes is one and the same, okay? The 10 horns and the 10 toes is one and the same, okay? Go ahead, bro.
This is verse 8. The beast that thou sawest was, and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit, and go into perdition, and they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world.
Okay. All right. Read that one more time.
All right. This is Revelation chapter 17, verse 8. The beast that thou sawest was.
Okay. The beast that thou sawest was the old Roman Empire. Okay. The old Roman Empire, the beast that thou sawest was, which was the Roman Empire, the old Roman Empire. So that's what John on the island of Patmos sing. Okay, go ahead.
And is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit.
Now, out of the bottomless pit is what? Europe. Okay. Now you got America comes out of who? America comes out of the British. So if you Google the British colonies, I'm finna show you something. You Google the British 13 colonies.
According to colonial America, the original 13 colonies were Delaware, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts Bay Colony, New Jersey, Georgia, Connecticut, Maryland, South Carolina, New Hampshire, Virginia, New York, North Carolina, and Rhode Island and Providence plantations.
Now, when you Google that, the British 13 colonies, that's what come up, man. I don't know if you can see it, but those are the 13 colonies that was controlled by Britain, which that's how America, North America, was established. So read that again.
This is Revelation chapter 17, verse 8. The beast that thou sawest was, and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit.
Europe, and who's in Europe? Britain. And America comes out of Britain when you look at the 13 colonies. Okay? Go ahead.
And go into perdition.
America shall go into what? Destruction. So that's what the angel was telling John on the island of Patmos when he looked at her, that woman, with great admiration. He said, look, she's going to go straight into destruction, man. Okay? Go ahead.
And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world.
So, from the foundation of the world, okay? So, the people that's not written in the book of life is these 17 nations, okay? The 17 nations, we can find it. Yeah. Oh, here it is right here, bro. I got it. It's like the people that's not written in the book of life is these 17 nations right here. Okay? It's 18 in all, we include Israel. But these 17 nations are not written in the book of life. And 2/3 of the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, they gotta die on this side. Okay? 2/3 of them gotta die on this side. So when you deal with that book of life, that's dealing with the elect getting delivered from that woman that's gonna go into perdition. When you read Deuteronomy 28th chapter, when Israel get the kingdom of heaven, all those blessings and those benefits and Israel health is going to be rectified. In other words, corrected. Okay? Go ahead, bro.
When they behold the beast that was and is not and yet is.
Go ahead.
Verse 9.
That's dealing with, and like I was saying, that's dealing with, when you deal with that, the beast, it says, behold, the beast that was, meaning and is not, and yet is. That's talking about, all that's talking about is the old Roman Empire and the revised Roman Empire, which is America. It coming back. That's what that's talking about. Go ahead, bro.
And here is the mind which hath wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains.
Okay, it said the 7 heads are 7 mountains. Okay, those are the 7 heads, as you can see. Okay, which the woman is sitting on that beast. Okay, the 7 heads. Go ahead.
In which the woman sitteth.
See? Go ahead. Which is America. Okay.
Verse 10. And there are 7 kings.
Okay.
5 are fallen.
5 are fallen. The 5 that fell is I want to say Germania Major, Germania Minor, France, Spain, and the Greeks. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So that's the 5 that fell. Germania Major, the French, Spain, Germania Minor, and the Greeks. Okay? Go ahead.
And one is, and the other is not yet come.
It says, let me go back over there. It said, read that again where you was at. What verse you at?
Verse 10.
Okay.
And one is, and the other is not yet come.
The one is the old Roman Empire. And the other is not yet come is talking about Great Britain. Okay? Because who is going to come out of Great Britain? America, which is the revived Roman Empire. Okay? Go ahead, bro.
And when he cometh, he must continue a short space.
When he cometh, he must continue a short space. What is that talking about? Great Britain. Okay? Because Great Britain ruled for a period of time. They was a power in the earth. But they continued for a short space because what? America, the revived Roman Empire, sitting on top of that, all them sitting on top of the beast was gonna come in control. Okay, was gonna control everybody. Okay, go ahead.
And the beast that was and is not, even he is the eighth.
Even he is the eighth. Now, even he is the eighth. They're talking about what? America. Okay, the revived Roman Empire. Okay, even he is the eighth. Go ahead.
And is of the seven.
And it's of the seven. What's that seven? What is that seven talking about? And it's of the seven. What is that talking about? The British. Okay, that's what that's talking about. Go ahead, bro.
And goeth into perdition.
See? And goeth into perdition. In other words, destruction. Okay? Now, what it is America, Great Britain, it's some that America gonna do to Great Britain to where Great Britain is going to shoot missiles on America. Okay? Something that they gonna do to Great Britain is going to shoot missiles on America. Now give me Jeremiah 50 and 11. Jeremiah 50 and 11.
This is Jeremiah 50, verse 11.
Go ahead.
Because ye were glad, because ye rejoiced, and because ye were glad, because ye rejoiced, O ye destroyers of mine inheritance.
Yeah, that's talking about America, man. These
Heritage.
Edomites, what they did to the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, they were drunken with the blood of the saints. Go ahead.
It says, ye destroyer of my heritage, because ye are grown fat as the heifer at grass and billow as bulls.
Go ahead.
Verse 12. Your mother shall be sore confounded.
So, who is America's mother? Great Britain, because America comes out of what? One of the seven, which is Great Britain. Okay? One of the seven heads, which is Great Britain. Go ahead.
Let me read that again now. Your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert.
So, America, which is the end of these heathen nations ruling, is going to be desolate. It's going to be a desert. Okay? So, what we're telling you, according to the scriptures, is the future of America. It's going to be a desert, man. Okay? That's it on that?
On that particular verse.
Okay. All right. That is going to be a desert, man. Okay? Now we're going back to Revelations. Read 11 again, and then we're going to go to 12.
Okay. This is Revelation chapter 17, verse 11. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the eighth.
Even he is the eighth. That's the revived Roman Empire, which is America. Okay, go ahead.
And is of the seven.
And is of the seven, Great Britain. Go ahead.
And goeth into perdition.
And goeth into destruction. So Great Britain is going to shoot America, man. Okay? Go ahead.
And the 10 horns.
That's the EU. Okay? The European Union. Go ahead.
Which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as king 1 hour with the beast.
So the beast is the system, and that 1 hour deals with a period of time. That's what that 1 hour deals with a period of time, man. That's what it deals with. So understanding that, one day is 1,000 years with YAHAWASHI, okay? And what you have to do is divide 24 hours into 1,000, and it will come up 46.1, somewhere up in there. So that's a period of time, okay? Go ahead.
So verse 13. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast,
NATO, okay, shall give their power unto the beast, which is NATO. And America is at the top of NATO, okay? Because if you look at who got the biggest military in NATO, it's America, man. And then it's Turkey, okay? Go ahead.
So verse 14, these shall make war with the Lamb.
These shall make war with the Lamb, man, which is YAHAWASHI, man. So they're going to try to stop YAHAWASHI from delivering the children of Israel, man. Now you had Ronald Reagan in the UN speech in 1987 talk about that, man. If you YouTube that, you will see it. Ronald Reagan's speech at the UN in 1987 talking about foreign aliens coming from another place, and all the nations on the earth will have to unite. So they've been knowing about it. They've been knowing about YAHAWASHI and the angels, man. They know who we are as a people, man. They know. Okay? It's just a matter of time for the whole world to know.
Right.
It's just a matter of time, man. Okay? Go ahead.
And the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings. And they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful.
So what it is when YAHAWASHI come back, he is going to attack the revived Roman Empire, which consists of NATO and the EU, and is controlled by these Edomites, man. Esau is in his power, man. Okay? So that's who he's coming back to take down. Esau out of his power seat, and when he take Esau out of his power seat, all the rest of these other nations gonna fall, and they're gonna be subject unto the Israelites. And the Israelites gonna rule forever. Okay? Meaning the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. Go ahead, bro.
So verse 15, and he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues.
Yep. So you got a lot of different nationalities in these areas, man. Okay? But guess what? Israel is scattered everywhere, man. So America is on the top of all these nations, man. Okay? And NATO and the EU. But America's at the top, man. They got the biggest influence on this world, in this world, man. Okay? Because America is that great whore, man. Is that abomination, man. And all these nations are following the abomination and the wickedness of America, man. Okay? That's why this place got to be put down. Go ahead, bro.
And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore.
So the 10 horns, okay, the 10 horns that they gonna end up coming against America. So the EU is gonna come against America, man. Okay, that's what's gonna happen, man. And you can see America, proud as it is isolating itself. They put sanctions on everybody, man. Okay, so America is the target, man. Okay, and these nations, the EU nations, are gonna hate America. The ones who got missiles, the ones who got nuclear missiles, they're gonna fire off on America, man. Okay, and make her desolate, man.
I got a co-worker, like I was saying yesterday, I got a co-worker, man, where I live, and he's got family that's from over there, you know what I'm saying, from Europe, you know what I'm saying, those areas and stuff, and they talk down on, people here in the U.S., man.
Yeah.
Especially the so-called white people, man.
Yeah.
They look at them like they're the dumbest so-called white people, comparing all the so-called white people, you know what I'm saying? They look at them like the dumbest ones, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
So they're not too, how can I say, they don't look at the so-called white people over here like anybody thinks, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like the people over here think as if they look
superior,
at them. Yeah. Nah, they look down on them. But America had that influence.
Right.
Okay? America had that influence in the world. That's why That's why when America do something on the world stage, people will look at them like, why ain't nobody getting them? Because their power is given to America on the left-hand side.
Right, right.
That's why, man. And I'll tell you something else. A footnote. America is finna start back using landmines. If you didn't know that. Okay, they banned it at first, but they finna start back using landmines. Okay, go ahead.
And shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire.